Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear students, I hope all of you are fine by the grace of Almighty Allah. Though almost all a little bit in a panic because of the running disaster, coronavirus. Thank you. Though the disaster going on, fellow shares, we have to continue our study. That's why our 30 directed method is video class. Though this is not completely effective, fellow shares, we have to do it because so we're spending a lazy time uh, staying at our home. Okay, fine. I am Ali Hussain, religion teacher, scholar, school and college, and now I'm gonna take a class of class 6. And as far as I can remember, we completed our chapter 1 and chapter 2, and today we're going to start from chapter 3, lesson number 1 and 2. We're going to finish these two lessons in this class. Okay, fine. The lesson name is The Distinctiveness of Al-Quran. Distinctiveness of Al-Quran. Distinctiveness. Okay, fine. One thing is, I have made a note of the lesson, and I think that this will make you understand easily. Lesson name is The Distinctiveness. Distinctiveness is greatness of Al-Quran. In this lesson, so we will focus on four things. Four things I have written down here. First one is identity of Al-Quran. Second one, revelation of Al-Quran. Third one, the characteristics of Al-Quran. And the fourth is the importance of Al-Quran. Okay, fine. The first one is identity. Identity of Al-Quran. Al-Quran is a heavenly book. Almighty Allah revealed 104 books ever. 100 are Soifa and 4 are main. And Al-Quran is the last and final revealed book, and that was revealed on the last and final messenger of Almighty Allah, Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And that is the identity. Identity is not long. Now we're going to the next point, a revelation of Al-Quran. How was it revealed? How was the Quran revealed? There's a little story I want to say. Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was born in Mecca in 570. Yes, 570 Christian. And after he is born, after passing 40 years meditating in a cave named Hira, after a long time meditation, one day while he was meditating, sitting down in the cave of Hira, one day one of the main angels, Jibril, Wahi bearer, Jibril alayhi wasallam, came to him and revealed the first 5 verses. Revealed the first 5 verses of Surah Al-Alaq. And that was the starting. That was the starting of revelation. Okay, now 4 points I noted here. Revelation, it is preserved in Lawhi Mahfuz. The copy of Quran we have, actually, this copy is preserved in Lawhi Mahfuz. Lawhi Mahfuz, a very secured place. very secured place in the sky to Almighty Allah. Quran is preserved there, revealed on Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam at the age of 40. Yes, just I said that. So when Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam got 40 years old, at that time the Quran was revealed on him, and it took 23 years to be completed. The Quran was not revealed in one day, in a specific time, but it was revealed a long 23 years. A long 23 years. So whenever some verses, whenever a problem uh, came out in the time, Almighty Allah revealed some verses related to problem for solving that. Okay. And characteristics. The third point is characteristics of Al-Quran. I mean features. Some great characteristics, some important characteristics there are of Al-Quran. The first characteristic is, feature is, this is the last heavenly book. Last heavenly book. Quran is the last heavenly book. There will be no book ever, no heavenly book ever. Second feature is, all solutions of human beings. Almighty Allah said that we have left nothing in Al-Quran. We have left nothing. So all the problems people or human being face, the solutions are available in Al-Quran. And that is in brief. The third feature is, language is unique. Language unique. Language unique means, we know that the Quran is in Arabic language. And whenever we read Al-Quran, there is really a unique language that is not comparable to the language Arabian prophets use in their writings. Sorry, not prophets, poets. Okay. The greatest miracle of the prophet. And Al-Quran is said that Quran is the greatest miracle of the prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because using this miracle, always over the world people becoming Muslim, using this miracle or seeing this miracle. This is really miracle. I maybe some days ago I saw that about 6,000 people every day over the world becoming Muslim. Why are they becoming Muslim? By studying Al-Quran. And the last feature is, no one can compose it, even a surah. You all know that there are some challenges in Al-Quran Almighty Allah gave to the disbelievers. And Allah said there that you will never be able to make Quran, to write something like Quran, even a surah. In Surah Al-Baqarah, Allah made the challenge. Okay, fine. And the last point was the importance of Al-Quran. Importance. Now we're going to see the importance of Al-Quran. There are many importance of Al-Quran in our life, in human life. Okay. The first important I have noted, that is main source of all knowledge. Quran is the main source of all knowledge. Everything we face, everything we need has been described in Al-Quran. Quran talks about science. Quran talks about how to lead our life. Quran talks about halal. Quran talks about haram. Quran talks about everything, every single one of the things human being face. It's the main source of all knowledge. Description of Allah's identity, virtues, and authority. So whenever we read Quran, then we come to know the identity of Almighty Allah, the virtues of Almighty Allah, and authority of Almighty Allah. And identity, if I talk about a surah, Suratul Suratul Ikhlas, in Suratul Ikhlas, we can get the full identity of Almighty Allah. Kul huwallahu ahad, Allahu samad, lam yalid. This surah. Okay, fine. Then, descriptions of created things. In Al Quran, Almighty Allah described many kinds of created things, about the sky, about moon, sun, and about Prithvi, about the world, and so many things. Almighty Allah has described many of His created things in Al Quran. Uh, I can give here one example, because Almighty Allah said about the creation of the universe, that is known as Big Bang theory. In short, Almighty Allah described this. Allah said, أَوَلَمْ يَرَ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا أَنَّ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضَ كَانَتَا رَتْقًا فَفَتَقْنَاهُمَا. It means, don't the disbeliever see? অবিশ্বাসীরা কি দেখে না? That the skies and the earth, all were in a point. It means আকাশ মণ্ডলী এবং পৃথিবী একটা বিন্দুতে ছিল. Then we disclose this. এটাকে আমরা কি করেছি? এটাকে বিস্ফোরিত করেছি, বিচ্ছিন্ন করে দিয়েছি. So this thing Allah narrated in Al Quran. So about many created things we come to know whenever we read Al Quran. Okay, fine. The last important is commandments and restrictions. If we want to lead our life according to the commandments of Almighty Allah, then we have to read Al Quran, because all the commandments and restrictions are narrated completely in Al Quran. How we should work, how we should behave with our parents, how we should take halal food, we should income as halal. So these all things are narrated in Al Quran. So dear students, at the last we can say that in this lesson, the distinctiveness of Al Quran, from this lesson we have come to know about 4 important things: identity, revelation, characteristics, and importance. And you will all know it. Okay, fine. The next lesson we are going to read now, that is, okay, fine. The second lesson of chapter 3 is Tilawat of Al Quran. Tilawat of Al Quran. This lesson is also divided into 4 main points. First one is introduction of Tilawat, importance of Tilawat, fazilat of Tilawat, nazira Tilawat. Okay, one by one we are going to look at the point. The first one is introduction. Tilawat is an Arabic word. It means to read, to recite, to study. To read, to recite, to study. The Tilawat means to read, to recite, to study. And reciting from the Holy Quran according to Tajweed is called Tilawat. Reciting from the Holy Quran according to Tajweed is called Tilawat. So now the importance of Tilawat. Importance. Okay, there are many importance of tilawat, many importance. The first one I noted, that is, salat cannot be performed without tilawat. There is no salat. We know that salat is obligatory for the Muslim community. So if we want to perform salat, we must recite from the Holy Quran. We must. Because without reciting from the Holy Quran, some surahs, Surah Al-Fatiha and many other surahs, the salat will never be accepted and cannot be performed completely. So salat cannot be performed without tilawat. The second important is uh, it reminds us commandments and restrictions of Allah. So whenever in Salah or out of Salah we recite from the Holy Quran, then some verses, the verses talk about commandments of Almighty Allah, and the verses talk about restriction of Almighty Allah. Whenever we recite it, then we can feel it that we have to do it and we have to live it. We have to do all the commandments, we have to follow all the commandments, we have to live all the restrictions. So this is the reminder, and this is one of the importance uh, of Tilawat al Quran. It differentiates good and bad. Without reciting al Quran, we cannot know that what is good for us and what is bad for us. Almighty Allah has narrated all the good things and bad things in al Quran. And the things are good for the human beings, Almighty Allah has ordered to do that, and the things are bad, Allah has prohibited from that. So, importance of tilawat, here three things we have discussed. Okay, now the next point I'm gonna go. Fazilat for tilawat. Fazilat. Fazilat, it's an Arabic word. Fazilat. Uh, that is converted into the word benefit. Benefit. Okay, benefit for tilawat from Holy Quran. Okay, 2 points I have narrated here. The first point is uh, it's a nafil worship. Nafil means extra. Nafil means extra. So tilawat from the Holy Quran is an extra worship, and Almighty Allah becomes pleased. So if someone does this worship, and the second is a hadith about it. A hadith. I have not written down the hadith. Okay, I'm narrating. The hadith is Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said that if someone recites even one letter from Holy Quran, Almighty Allah gives him 10 virtues. In exchange of one letter of Al Quran, Almighty Allah gives him 10 virtues. That is the hadith. So we can gain many virtues by reciting from Al Quran. Yeah, that is the fazilat of Al Quran. Okay. Prophet ﷺ and his companions used to recite from Al Quran. So whenever they got time, whenever, at night, day, whenever they got time. Okay. The last point is Nazira Tilawat. It's a term, Nazira Tilawat. Nazira Tilawat means reciting the Quran looking at it. Looking at it. It's called Nazira Tilawat. Nazira Tilawat is reciting the Quran looking at it. Means by looking at, be it from your memory or by looking at. Nazira Tilawat. Nazira Tilawat is also highly important and fazilat worthy. Okay, dear students, so today we have known about two things: distinctiveness of Al Quran, and the second is tilawat of the Quran. The two lessons we have completed. Here your responsibility is the discussion I have done here. After watching this video, you will make a short note and read it carefully from your textbook. Okay? Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.